Hello and welcome everyone to another YouTube video. So today I wanted to make a cabin. It finally snowed where I live and I'm not happy about it. I don't like the cold. I don't like the snow. I am not that kind of person, but I live in Colorado, so I have no option. It's going to be here whether I like it to or not. So today I decided to build a cabin in honor of it being winter now, I guess. I started off with some terrain paint. I really wanted to challenge myself in this build and I really wanted to just push myself to do stuff I haven't done in The Sims or haven't done well in The Sims. And for me, that's terrain paint and like just like terrain tools in general. So in this build on this cabin, I wanted it to be on a little pond, I guess, and I wanted the cabin to look a little bit run down, a little bit like it's definitely someone's just like second vacation home or like they're like I'm scared, so I'm gonna go here for a while type cabin, but also still comfortable with like modern stuff. You know what I mean? And I used just the base game. I didn't change anything else. I only used base game stuff, base game debug, all of it. I decided to paint the terrain dark where I was going to put all the water because I wanted it to look deeper than it actually was to just give like a fake depth look. And honestly, I still haven't figured out blending. I'm not going to lie, haven't figured it out, but that's fine. We don't have to be perfect at stuff in The Sims 4 for it to be fun. So I'm definitely gonna walk you through my thought process here. So I just wanted a square, nothing crazy, nothing exciting. It's supposed to not be big. My whole point, this is not a big build. It's not a big house. It's literally meant for one, max two Sims. There's no couch, but it's small. It's a cabin. Like you're not gonna be inside the cabin, right? I wanted a chimney and I really wanted to put a fireplace, but I couldn't fit it. There just really wasn't enough room. And with the normal wall height to be a chimney, it felt too high to me for this build. So I used a half wall, and it also has that little lip on the outside, which helps bring more attention that it is a chimney and not like some weird like room. I put a gazebo in the water because there's really nowhere else for your Sims to sit and like enjoy the scenery. And I figured what better place than an on water gazebo? That's literally what I did. I thought it looked great. I thought it was cute. And don't worry, it gets a lot better. They can get to it, they can step into it. There's no stairs. I wanted it to also be a covered gazebo. That was definitely not easy for me to do. It was kind of hard. I tried to add another leg to it. It just really wasn't working out for me. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wish I had something like this when I was camping as a kid. I did the Boy Scouts of America when I was younger, and I did get my Eagle Scout, which is like the highest rank you can get there. And it was a cool experience. It was fun. You have to do a lot of camping to get it. It's like one of the requirements. So I went through all the camping and everything, and part of it is you have to go through cold weather camping. And I hated that because I don't like the cold. I don't like the snow. I'm from California. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't choose to live here. I just have to live here. And yeah, I hated the snow, but I went through, I did the cold weather camping, and I wish I had a little cabin like this to like just go in just to get warm because it gets so cold here in the mountains that it's just miserable sometimes to be out there. But yeah, this is adorable. I figured this could be like a little vacation lot. This could be like maybe it could be your Sims house. If you want them to have the loves outdoors trait, this would work perfectly for them. Like they would absolutely eat this up. The gazebo I put some railing on. I thought about putting something so that they could like jump into the water, but I wonder I never checked if they could fish from there. I should check it and see if they could fish. But I wanted the shingles to also match the idea of the like vibe I was going for, and those are the only shingles in the base game that are like raggedy enough that I could justify it. I love the little I didn't know that we had that fence in base game. I actually kind of like it a lot. Like it is older, but like it really gives the cabin like the cabin vibes. You know what I mean? I loved it. I thought it's adorable. And then all these windows and doors that match each other is amazing. Like all those swatches will all match each other. I don't know if they've always done that. I've never used these windows really before in the game. So like this was new to me. I didn't know that they actually had that in base game unless they went through and reswatched. I know they did that with some stuff. But this looks great. I loved it. I put a lot of windows. Some of them will get deleted, but I needed windows. Messing with the floor plan of this was also kind of tricky because I thought about just expanding it, giving myself more room, but that wouldn't be a cabin then. That'd be a house. And I wanted it, I mean, like, I know that there's giant cabins, but I really like the idea of a smaller one that is really just meant for one or two Sims. I like to play with just one or two Sims. I find that having more than like four or five is really just too much for me. It's too much to manage. And I like to play The Sims in a more relaxed way, I suppose, in my downtime. When I'm making a video, I obviously want the craziest stuff to happen. But like, this is just great. The kitchen is small, but it's definitely usable. It's super usable. I needed like I don't feel like I ever see people build with this like kitchen. They're part of the tall cabinets in like the upper cabinets in The Sims. I don't know why I don't see a lot of other people use those for like to just give the vibe of more storage when there's not, I guess. Because there's also like fake plates in there and everything that are like on display, which I think adds to like the whole vibe of the house. I'm really surprised people don't use it more than they do because I love them. I wanted a bathtub in the only bathroom in the house because if you bring your kids here, like a toddler or something, as like a vacation, I don't really know how else you would clean them. So I couldn't do that. So I just put a shower. It'll have to work. I used a lot of dark tones in this build. I usually use a lot of blue in my personal builds, and even the ones I don't record on YouTube, I still don't use a lot of blue. I made that one room blue though because I like blue and I wanted one room to be blue, and of course it had to be the bedroom. But I made everything else a darker tone because it's a cabin. Like it's probably not going to get a ton of light, but this one does. There's a lot of windows, but most cabins don't. I feel like don't get a ton of light, and even the ones that they like do get light in, I feel like the windows are always in a weird spot. Even these are kind of in odd spots, but I feel like it all just kind of tied itself together. Now that I finished the interior, I really needed to work on the exterior because I got tired of working on the exterior and I had to go with the interior. The exterior, I didn't feel like there was enough to do, but I also wanted to keep it under 20,000 simoleons. And let me tell you, I crushed that. I think it's 18,000 total by the time I was all done. So you could 100% use this as a starter home and still have extra cash left over to go do whatever you wanted with. This is built on the lot inside of the cottage living pack. I couldn't find another one that fit the lighting or like the vibe I wanted. This will work on other lots. I have put it on other lots. It still looks great no matter where you put it. But this lot specifically, I wanted it on. It's at the top of a hill. If you have the cottage living expansion, you know which lot I'm talking about. It's the very, very top by the waterfall. And I feel like the waterfall where you can go fishing at, and then it all just like trickles down, and then there's like a walking path up to this house. I feel like it all just had to be that. Like, that's exactly how it had to be for this build to make sense to me in my mind. So that's exactly what I did. I loved it. I had to use some debug trees, and there is a lot of fireflies. Even if you don't want to play with this build, I would love if you guys downloaded it just to see how it looks at night in the fall if you have seasons, or even just in general. Look at it at night. It is adorable. It's cute. It's like magical. It's everything I wanted it to be. I'm just so proud of this build. I loved it so much. The water was too bland, so we obviously had to add some lily pads up in there. And yes, I did still stay under the limit. It's insane. I also didn't realize that we had these cool, like, I don't know what you would call them. They look like those, like, Tesla coils almost lights. And they're in the base game. I didn't even know that. The outside light is tinged to be like almost orange because at night it really does look like a cabin. Like if you guys have ever been camping or gone to like a church camp type thing, the church camp that I ever went to was like we had cabins, but they were built from like actual like log cabins. You know what I mean? Like Lincoln log cabin, like think like that. And that's the kind of cabins we were in. And you would have to walk in the middle of the night to the bathroom. And there's always just this one light in the middle of like all the cabins. And it would just, when I first started going there, I swear to God, that light was like an orange color. And then as I got older going there, it like was white. I don't know if they changed the bulb. I don't know what happened. But I remember having to walk in the dark just to go pee with that creepy light. It looked like something out of a horror movie. If you've played Resident Evil, you know what I'm talking about. It's awful. And that's exactly what I wanted here. It's terrifying, but it's also adorable in the right context. I'm just playtesting everything here. I just wanted to make sure it was usable. See, look at those fireflies. They're so cute. I would love to see what you guys do with this build. So by all means, download it, make your own rendition, and I would like let me know in the comments. I guess I would love to see them and review them and look at them. I think that this build was just so cute. Like, how could you not want to go here on a vacation or even an outdoorsy playthrough that you want to do? You could totally do this, even if you just have the base game. I don't have the outdoor stuff pack, and I was going to grab it when they were on sale, and I totally didn't think about it when it was happening. Like, I had so many other things going on. And so I feel awful that I didn't get to grab it, but I feel like you can still get a fun outdoor play without having to have the pack. Like this is base game. You can do all of this in the base game. I didn't even know all of this was in the base game. Also, this is a stockable pond. So I think the way it works is like as your Sims learn about the like different fish, they can go and stock it with those fish. So you can fish in this. Your Sims can go out and see. Look, he's playing in the water. It's kind of hard to see because it's like sped up super fast. But yeah, it's an adorable build. I loved it to death. I had so much fun making this. It really didn't even take me that much time, but there's so much for your Sims to do. There's so much for you to see in it, and I would love to see what you guys think about it. So let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to post videos twice a week, but right now I can for sure tell you I post once a week. So make sure you subscribe. I'll try to work on getting more videos out to you guys, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye everyone.